My name's Hugh Hazelwood. I'm the sous chef at the Castle and the Braz Hotel, and so the sous chef basically involves second in charge over the whole kitchen. It's basically the right-hand man to the head chef. Dylan does work under our supervision, the lucky man, and yeah, so basically all the heads of department, junior sous, head chefs were all incorporating developing Dylan into his future. In honesty, apprenticeships, this in my eyes, I perceive that apprentices, they want something a bit more, you know, they try, they push from a younger age. It's not that they just go off to college and decide, I'll do this, then suddenly I want to be a chef. It's a good way of developing someone. Instead of saying 6 months there, do all your blocks, that's how we do it in Australia, at 6 months and they go off. 4 years as an apprentice, and you come out a much stronger chef, a much stronger, and in any trade, say if it's building, carpentry, it's, in my eyes, it's a much better way of hiring people. He's seen, experienced more. It's not just cooking. It's more mental. It's physical. It's a big mind game. It's not just putting food on a plate. And as an apprentice, you'll do 4 years, and you'll come out a lot more accomplished dealing with all the obstacles than doing a rushed course. So, and for me personally, I did an apprenticeship myself, and I'd never look back. You know, I think it was brilliant. You know, you train them the way it almost sounds like we're training a dog here. You know, it's like growing a tree. You train them the way you want them to be. You know, there'll be no bad habits in their system. That they'll learn from, like working under my head chef is an extremely good head chef. Is to learn his way of doing things. There won't be many other establishments in the world that won't do his way of doing things. You're grooming from a young age. It's a good way to be. People don't come in with bad habits. I think everyone loves an apprentice in the kitchen. It's like the young brother in the kitchen, you know. Or the young sister, boy or girl. There's no clash with anyone. It's brilliant. Everyone likes it. They are going off and learning techniques and learning methods that probably wouldn't be incorporated into the kitchen because of menu restrictions. You don't cover all things. That's what they're going off to learn, these things that aren't incorporated at their own workplace. So when I have my own establishment, I'll run with apprentices. I believe them better than commie chefs. As I said, people that go off and do their college course and then come out and say, oh well, I'm a chef. Technically now I perceive apprentices to be at a whole new level, and that's the best way to go. But no, in choosing the apprentice, in choosing Dylan, who was our apprentice, I would like to think I was involved in it because he came along from a young age and showed a lot of initiative and enthusiasm and always looking over the shoulders, and that's what you want to see from a young man, you know. And so I'd like to think I had some input.
My name is Dylan Riggs. I am 16 years old. I've been working at the Castle Hotel for about 1.5 years now. Well, I was getting my hair cut and I explained to my hairdresser that I've always wanted to be a chef, and she said, oh, I cut hair for Louise and Kit Chapman, who own the Castle Hotel. So she said, I can get you a job. She got me a job as a pot washer here. After 4 or 5 months of being a pot washer, I was doing sort of 6 hours on a Saturday, and she managed to get me, well, a job in the kitchen. Eventually I was in the kitchen after about 4 months, doing just little jobs, you know, and then eventually worked my way up. And I think working your way up from the bottom, you respect where you are now, and I think that's the best way to go, to be honest. I always like the idea of earning and learning because, well, I think it's really good, brilliant. I always hoped that I'd get this many hours, I'd be working the way I am now, have 1 day at college, because I think you need that so you can be with your friends, you know, meet new people, because otherwise you go straight into working life, and that's not something that everyone wants to do. So I think 4 days a week and then 1 day in college is brilliant. I believe the things that I learned in college and the things that I learn here are completely different, because in college I do a lot of work around fish and meat and things like that, things that I wouldn't be able to do here due to the fact that I'm not at that level. And it's not that I can't be trusted, it's the fact that there are people here who can do a lot better job than me. So I'm given the freedom in college to do the things I can't do here. Yeah, well, I am the youngest in this kitchen, and that can sometimes be quite hard, but then that's why it's nice to go to college, because you are with people that are in your age group, and like here I'm with 25 to 30-year-olds, so but it is nice here as well because like my head chef, he's told me I am a mature person, and that's nice to know that I can interact with people that are older than me in the correct way, which is good. The advice I give to somebody considering becoming an apprentice is, go for it, because at the end of the day, you're earning and learning, and I think that's the best thing to do because it's rewarding. You learn a lot. You learn things in college. You learn things in your work placement. I think that's brilliant. After my apprenticeship, I hope to get a work placement down in London at a decent, good restaurant, and bring the skills that I've learned from here and carry them on at a higher place.